Hello and what's up, everyone? So, for the first time ever, we are simulcasting. I'm not going to say the website that is not Facebook that we're going live on. I will say that it rhymes with Snookoob. I had to think of something there creative. So, wherever you're joining us from, let us know where you're joining us from. We want to say hi. We're talking about how to get affiliates to say yes today. The most difficult part of running an affiliate program is finding and recruiting affiliates, right? So where do you find the right affiliates? How do you get them to actually promote you? There's a big difference between, sure, I'll promote you, and I'm all in, I'm going to promote you, like, yes, and there's a big difference between, sure, I'll take a look at your affiliate program and I'm in to be an affiliate. So today I'm going to show you how to dramatically increase the number of affiliates that you go after, the types of affiliates that you go after, the types of affiliates that you can get to say yes, get more of them to say yes to promote your offers. So again, welcome everyone. Let us know where you're joining from. We want to say hi to you, and whether or not you're on the, what did I say, Snookoob? The reason I don't want to say it is I don't want Zuckerbook to like be
you
like,
just forgot the video flag now.
You said that word, So I'm in the middle of a live and I get a reminder to call and get an estimate on new brakes. It's hysterical. Anyway, at least it wasn't a message asking me to buy CBD oil like I got for like 3 consecutive Facebook lives. Aloha from Hawaii, Marcus. All right, we were just talking about Hawaii this morning. That's our daughter is dying to go to Hawaii once it opens back up a little bit and you don't have to like sit in your hotel room in paradise for 2 weeks before you get to enjoy 2 days on the beach and fly back to the continent. Anyway, listen, every month we get a ton of requests from people to run their launches, to manage their affiliate programs. And what it really comes down to most of the time, almost always, what they really want is help finding affiliates. That's the big thing. So I have a free resource to help you craft the perfect email pitch to prospective affiliates. It is my #1 recruiting email. We have used it to recruit literally tens of thousands, possibly 100,000 plus affiliates. Robbie's going to drop the link. It's mattmcwilliams.com/recruiting swipe. It is my #1 affiliate recruiting email, totally free. Make sure you go grab it. Maybe you don't need it today. Make sure you go grab it and you have it there. And if you're like me and maybe you get stuck with some writer's block or something like that one day, like, I don't even know, like, we go back to it all the time. Like, I haven't memorized this email. I have it pretty well memorized because I've shared it in a bunch of presentations and stuff. And I've sent it so many times. But if I'm stuck on an affiliate recruiting email, I'll just refer back to my templates, my swipe file. So grab that, get that template. Now, today I'm going to cover the next step. So after you send this email, and a little bit before you send this email, show you what to do then, how you can dramatically increase the number and the type of affiliates that you're recruiting. I'm also going to share the single most important key to getting more of them to say yes when you ask them. I'm going to tell you, we're going to cover that at the very end. It is the single thing that most people mess up. It is the thing that accounts for 80% of the affiliates that we get. And if you don't do this one thing that I'm going to share toward the end, I mean, honestly, like, don't do any. It's almost better like if you do nothing. Like, it's 20% of the effort. It's the 80-20, right? It's the 20% of the effort to get 80% of the people versus spending 80% of the effort to get 20% of the people, which is what most people get. So I'm going to share that at the end. Before we get into that, though, also one other thing, if you have not downloaded my free report, Your First 100 Affiliates, you got 15 places. We're going to cover a couple of them today. I think we'll cover like 4 of them today. 15 places to find affiliates in there. Make sure you grab that. Robbie's going to drop that link as well. mattmcwilliams.com/first100. So I want to start actually and say hi again to, hey there. I'm curious. Is it Rooney, Renee, Steve, Anna? What's up? Hey, Marcus. We're going to talk about a couple of affiliates, a few types of affiliates that you're probably, I think we got 7. I think we got 7, 6 or 7. That you probably haven't considered for your affiliate program, but you should be. Now, to be clear, not all of these types of affiliates are going to work for your specific niche, okay? So if you're listening, you're like, that's not going to work in my niche, just move on to the next one. Just stick with me for a couple minutes while we cover that one. But don't dismiss any of these. Like maybe, actually, I'll say, instead of saying, nope, that doesn't apply to my niche, think, how could that apply to my niche? What are maybe some creative ways that I could apply that to my niche? So the first type of affiliate that you're not recruiting, you're not looking after, that you probably should be, you're probably not, and you almost definitely should be, are what we're called co-registration affiliates, or co-reg affiliates. These are affiliates that they're promoting other products, other offers, maybe their own product, their own offer, and then they promote your offer in conjunction with their offer. So typically this is done in like the lead generation niches. So maybe in the mortgage industry, or we did this in the insurance industry, right? And I'll share an example here in a moment. But I have a video up on our YouTube channel. Robbie can drop that link, where I just give a quick overview. It's like a 90-second video where I talk about co-reg affiliates, but just a quick version. So I'll go back to when we had a company that sold insurance leads. So we sold leads to insurance agents. Let's say that we were promoting homeowners insurance, for example. If it's a new home purchase, and that's one of the questions that we actually asked, we would ask in the application, is this a new home purchase? If they answered yes, then once they finished completing the homeowners insurance form, we said, hey, do you want some information on mortgages? Because there's a pretty decent chance that they're shopping both at the same time. We found that most people who are shopping homeowners insurance aren't doing so like clearly after they bought the home. That I don't even think you can get a mortgage if you if you don't have insurance like set up, or maybe you have like a certain number of days or something. But most people are shopping in that phase where they're looking at homes, they're serious, and they're trying to figure out, okay, I know my home's going to be roughly 4,000 square feet. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in this zip code, and I know it's going to have these features. Is it going to be $5,000 a year, or $2,000, or $1,000 a year? Like, what's my range here? And so we asked them, like, are you interested in mortgages? If they already have a home, if it's not a new purchase, maybe you include an option to learn about refinancing. And so then you make them say that they want that information, and those leads can be sent to the mortgage company. Or maybe you're promoting someone else's free training, and after the person opts in, there's maybe there's a one-click offer to opt into your webinar. So maybe they're promoting, maybe they're promoting their own, download. And then when you say, yeah, I want this download, then the very next step is like, hey, go read, my friend teaches more about this, go opt into this webinar. So the key to using this type of affiliate is making sure that the people are opting in for the initial offer, making sure that they're, first of all, they're a good fit. Like I said, new home purchase, mortgage, existing home, refinance, those are good fits. Secondly, that they are giving permission. Like, they're not just sending you all the new home purchase leads. No, they need to at the very least, check a box that's not pre-checked. You got to be like kind of diligent with these affiliates. You got to check a box to say they're interested. So otherwise you end up with a bunch of junk leads, just a bunch of junk registrations. So especially if you're paying per lead, that's super important. If you're just paying per sale and they're registering for a webinar, it's a little bit less important. So that's number one, co-registration affiliates. If you're just joining us, we're talking about how to get affiliates to say yes, how to get more affiliates. Right now we're talking about the different types of affiliates you're probably not going after, but you should be. Hey, Tim, what's up, buddy? The second type is coupon affiliates, or coupon. I don't know if that's like a regional thing. I don't know what that is. Coupon. I don't know. A coupon. I had an Irish guy walk in when I worked. I was like 22 years old, worked in a golf shop, and a guy walked in, and he walked in. He's like, "I'd like to play golf with a coupon," and I'm like, "Huh?" And he said, "I'd like to play golf with a coupon." I thought he was saying, "I'd like to play golf with a coupon," and I didn't know how to politely explain to him that I'm not certain that, we're going to have a Cuban who wants to play golf anytime in the near future. And even if so, that's not a question we ask when they schedule a tee time. We don't ask their nationality. And I genuinely was like, I'm so sorry, what? And then he slid a coupon that we had in like the local newspaper on the, I was like, I got it. So coupon, if you're from Ireland. Anyway, these type of affiliates are exactly what they sound like. These are affiliates who promote deals and coupons to their audience, right? These are sites that they cater to customers who they're looking for a discount, they're looking for a sale. I'm not a huge fan of discounts and sales for like our stuff. Generally speaking, I think we have like a couple of promos where we offer a discount, but it's rare. It accounts for 5 to 10% of our sales. Not a huge fan of them. Now, to be clear, if you don't have deals or coupons right now for your products, I'm not saying you need to create them. Okay. You are not creating coupons just to have this type of affiliate. But if you do already have discounts or coupons, you definitely want to use these affiliates. Now, there's a key thing here when you work with coupon affiliates. Make sure that these types of affiliates don't, for lack of a better word, they don't steal the commissions. Okay. So what happens is affiliate A sends an email to his or her list, and he gets them to opt in for your training, and they go through the whole thing. And then they're like, I'm going to buy. And they're like, I'll go search for a coupon. I wonder if there's a deal. And they find one, and they go through that deal affiliate, and that deal affiliate gets all the credit, right? That kind of sucks. So it's your job to ensure that both affiliates get credit for the sale. Robbie's going to drop a link in the chat. It's a long and complicated issue I don't have time for, but I did a video a few years ago. I don't know, it was like 2 years ago and about 85 pounds ago. And Robbie's going to drop the link to that where I talk about kind of how to address that. All right. So reminder, if you're just joining us, I've got more ways to find affiliates. mattmcwilliams.com/first100. You can grab my free report there to all about finding affiliates. I cover a few of these here today, but we've got 15 places in there that you can get in that download. And if you want to get my free #1 email recruiting template, literally the best email we send to find affiliates, just go to mattmcwilliams.com/recruiting swipe, and you can grab that as well. All right. So co-registration, coupon affiliates. Third, loyalty affiliates. Okay. Loyalty affiliates are sometimes called incentive affiliates, right? These can be a very effective type of affiliates. Now they're called loyalty affiliates for a reason. The people they reach are very loyal to him or to them, right? If you think about, like, my wife uses a website called Ebates. There's another website she uses, I can't remember, that's very similar. So if you purchase a product through them, you get like a $10, like what is the Vitacost. We buy all of our supplements through Vitacost, right? I think last night we spent like $400 on supplements, and we'll get like $30 back. Now, as somebody who's worked with these, I know Vitacost is going to make about $50 on that transaction. They'll pay 30, so they keep the 20. So, in this case, Ebates, I think that's who she went through last night. They're the affiliate, right? They make money by encouraging their loyal subscribers to purchase through them. Like, it's instinctive. She can literally name like Marriott. Marriott's through the other one that I can't think of. Marriott's through the other one. Vitacost is through Ebates. Target is through Ebates. What is the other one? I cannot remember. It's going to drive me nuts. It's anyway, it doesn't matter. Essentially, the affiliate is taking part of their commission. They're giving it back to the customer. So the key here, super important that you monitor these loyalty sites to make sure you're getting a positive ROI. Okay, similar to what I mentioned earlier about the coupon sites. You have to be very careful that this type of affiliate doesn't steal the commission, right, from the original referring affiliate. So just to be clear, don't let these, like, I'm warning you about things that can go wrong. These are not reasons not to work with these type of affiliates. They can drive a ton of sales, can be extremely valuable. I would say I've run affiliate programs where if you took the coupon sites and the loyalty sites, they were responsible for in excess of $25 million in sales a year. Like, very, very effective. Just gotta kind of monitor them. Okay. They just require a little bit of extra monitoring. That's all. All right. Fourth type is nonprofit affiliates. These are charitable organizations. These are PTAs, PTOs. It could be hospitals, anything like that. They're going to use the affiliate promotion as a fundraiser for their organization. Okay. Essentially, they tell their organization, they tell their supporters, hey, if you go through our link, like you're going to buy holiday cards anyway, so buy them from Shutterfly. And when you do, we get 13% of the sale. It goes straight to the bottom line. It's like you're making a donation. Now, if you don't think that nonprofits can be effective and profitable, just know that when I worked with Shutterfly's affiliate program, we did more than $8 million in the second year just through nonprofits. That was basically from I should say the second year, the third year. The first year when it started, it did like 100,000. The second year, I think we did like 2 or 3 million. The third year was when we really hockey sticked up, did over $8 million. It's super effective. Okay. These can be some of your best affiliates because they just continually promote you. So I did a video a while back that goes into more detail about how to work with nonprofits. There are some slight idiosyncrasies. So if you're interested in working with nonprofits, and you more than likely should be, study how they benefit and use it. Study how if they're currently working with affiliate programs, look how they're doing that, and then you will definitely succeed in recruiting them. We've worked with children's hospitals, and I mean, all kinds of PTAs and PTOs were a big one. Sports leagues, like youth sports leagues, were huge. I mean, we've worked with tons of different organizations, nonprofits. They're great for getting your product in front of a captive audience, typically slightly higher income. You know, if you think about people who support nonprofits tend to be of a higher than average income, and that's just reality. And so you're going to get in front of them. It's also great if you have a commodity item. You know, I mentioned Shutterfly, so stationery is a commodity item. If you run a retail website and you sell things like, you know, pins or business, you know, printing, things like that, that's more of a commodity item where, yeah, you want the quality to be good. I'm looking at some printing jobs we had done recently, and I mean, these were good, and I would have paid an extra. We just reprinted. Where is it? We just reprinted this guy, the Ultimate Affiliate Swipe File. Our printing costs per one of those went up about 40% this run because I wanted the fancier paper. You know, and it's like 20 cents extra per, no, it's not that much. It's like 2 cents extra per page. So it's like $4 more, you know, for this book. I wanted the better paper. The cover paper is better. The back the binder and all that, like start adding it up. And it literally went up, I think 40% year over year with this run that we did of the Ultimate Affiliate Swipe File. It's still a commodity though. If somebody had tried to charge me 6 times more for 10% better, I'm going to pay that. I wasn't going to pay that. So with these nonprofits though, make sure you give them an enhanced commission. They do not want to just be affiliates, right? So they want to be special partners. They want to know that you care about their success in raising money. So be willing to give up, you know, an extra, like at Shutterfly, normal commission was 10%, nonprofits were 13%. And so make sure that you give them a little bit, but also make sure that you call it something different. You know, we called it our nonprofit storefront program. We didn't call them affiliates. And you can do that. It's the same thing. You might call it an ambassadors program. A lot of our clients, you know, in your affiliate launch coach program, when they work with their customers and they turn their customers into affiliates, we're like, don't call it an affiliate program. That doesn't mean anything to them. Call it your ambassadors or your champions programs. Come up with something, you know, cool and creative that actually means something to them. That's important. All right, the fifth type of affiliate you probably aren't working with, but you should be, are called pay-per-call affiliates. Now, these are marketers who they drive calls. They drive inbound phone calls to you. They are compensated on a performance basis, though. So here's how this works logistically. And there are companies that do this, like Invoca. Invoca is run by, I don't know if he's still there, Rob Duva. I'll have to look up and see if Rob's still there. But Rob used to be called Ring Revenue. And Rob and I used to play a lot of golf together at like affiliate conferences and stuff. And that's how we got to know each other. And so what they do is they give you a unique phone number. So I might have like 1-888-535-2271, right? That's not a real number that I know of. Just if somebody wants to call it, don't hold me accountable for where that ends up. And so They give you that number. So I would, as the affiliate manager, I would give you that number. When they call, we basically decide, we say, so I'll give you an example from, from back at a company we used to work with. We found that the average call length that resulted in a sale was in excess of 4 minutes. We found that the calls under 3 minutes did not result in sales. It was almost impossible. And so we also found that when people called for things like support, that wasn't going to result in a sale, And so what we did was we would have that number, and it was like, if you pressed 1 for support, then that never counted as a sale. If you pressed 2 for, it was like, I think there was like 4 things, like to check on an existing order. I don't remember what they were, but then like if you pressed 4, if you want to purchase the product, but you just want to purchase it over the phone, and there's still a good percentage of people who want to do this, or they just have a couple of questions. We found that if they pressed 4 and the call lasted longer than 4 minutes, it was like 96% of those calls resulted in a sale. And so we didn't pay like the full commission. I think we paid 30%. And so basically, if it went over 4 minutes, they pressed 4 and it went over 4 minutes, then we paid the 30% commission. We would spot check these, just to be clear. We would go in, and any new affiliates, any new pay-per-call affiliates, I would check like their whole first month or two and just make sure, and like line. And what we do is we literally, we could see when the call ended, when the call was happening, and then we could go into our shopping cart and see, oh, there's an order at that exact time that was placed internally by one of our call center representatives. That was that sale. We weren't a big enough company that we had like 1,000 phone orders a day. We would do 20 maybe. So it was really easy to see. And so I would spot check this and just make sure that we were good, and we always were. We just made sure we weren't paying for sales that, weren't sent from the affiliate. All right. So the 5th one was pay-per-call affiliates. I'm going to tell you, they can be very valuable. And again, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat there. Robbie, I don't know about you, but I'm having an issue pulling up the chat.
We're seeing it in.
Oh, there we go. Cool. I got it. I see Gwen's. Okay. Sitting in the parking lot of a grocery store isn't ideal. Lots of good info here. Yeah, you guys can rewatch this. All right. Number 6 is the remarketing or retargeting affiliates. This is one of the most effective and cheapest forms of marketing out there. Basically, you target people who've already engaged with your brand in some way. And so they come to your site, they leave your site. Now the retargeting affiliate, essentially a retargeting affiliate is an outsourced remarketing, retargeting company. Okay. But you're only going to pay them on a commission. So ideally you would handle this in-house, just to be clear. But if you can't, for some reason, maybe you can't hire somebody full-time, you don't know how to do it, this is an option. It's one of those things like let's say we pay a 50% commission normally. I'll pay somebody 20%. I'll let them retarget our people, the most highly warmed up people on earth, and I'm going to pay them 20%. And they're going to make money doing it because they're going to probably only spend, half that to acquire a buyer. And so you're able to grow your retargeting efforts and maybe reach more potential customers without the cost of hiring somebody internally. And again, eventually, you can hire somebody in-house to do it, or even do it yourself if you learn it. Typically, like I said, the commission is going to be between 1/5, maybe is upwards of 1/3 or half of the normal commission. You are literally like, you're handing them a highly targeted list of people to market to. Okay. So they're going to make less money. So speaking of commissions, we have a video. If you're not sure how to determine your affiliate program's commission structure, Robbie's going to drop a link to a video I did that'll walk you step by step, because we don't have time to get into that today either. All right. And then the last one are second tier affiliates. Sometimes these are called super affiliates. I don't like that term because I think all affiliates are super. I just think it's kind of, it's like, I don't know, it's putting a label on people like, you're better than everyone else. Like, no, you're not, it's something that we do ourselves. Like if you've ever seen us, unless they're a client, if you've ever seen us recommend an affiliate program to you, and if you're on our email list, you've seen this. That we're doing that as a second tier affiliate. So we're getting paid to refer other affiliates to them. And so effectively how this works is, sorry, something fell off my desk. And hang on, let me get this. It was because of wire. I got wires falling all over the place over here. This is what happens when you go live. Let me move this here. There we go. Okay. So let's say that I refer an affiliate to company A. They're going to pay me a commission on each sale that that affiliate makes. So that rate kind of depends on the niche, depends on the product, but generally it's like 1/5 to 1/4 of the regular commission. So if the regular commission is, 50%, probably 10%. If it's 40%, probably about 10%, as well. I've seen them as low as 5. We'll negotiate them up because we refer a lot of people. So again, you want to make sure that, as somebody running this affiliate program, you structure this right. If you have a 10% commission because you have a lot of cost, you're in retail, your second tier affiliate commission might be 2%, but it just kind of depends, right? So let's say that I refer 3 affiliates to you, right? Affiliate A sells $10,000 worth of stuff. Affiliate B sells, I'll make this easy, 3,000. Affiliate C sells 2,000. So that's $15,000. The second tier commission is 10%. You're going to pay me $1,500, right? Is one of the best ways to recruit affiliates. There are people out there like us who have lists of affiliates, and so if you want to, reach out to us, right? Shoot me an email. Just shoot us an email at support@mattmcwilliams.com, and we'll let you know how we can help you recruit affiliates. We can't do it with everybody. Just to be clear, we're super picky. We only have a few spots open every year. But yeah, reach out to us and we'll be happy to, look into that for you and see if it might be a good fit for our list of affiliates. So also a reminder, and that one that I just listed is in there. There are more ways to find affiliates at mattmcwilliams.com/first100. Okay. mattmcwilliams.com/first100. Show you how to get your first 100 affiliates and get my #1 recruiting email template at mattmcwilliams.com/recruiting swipe. I love that comment from Tim. This is how I made my first dollar online. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, Tim, I'm presuming you sent somebody to somebody as a second tier affiliate and you made some money, super simple. It's a simple introduction or a simple, here's a link, go sign up. Sometimes depends on how big the company is. Sometimes you can do a personal introduction. Sometimes it's, just sending them to a link. We do both. I prefer, if I'm getting them, I prefer just to get an introduction because it's more of a, personal touch point. And then the last type of affiliate you're probably not working with, but you should be, are called sub affiliates. These are affiliates who are a part of a sub affiliate network. Okay. So these are companies who have a network of affiliates who promote offers that the network brings to them. And it's really similar to second tier affiliates, but I had it in there, I think. I was like, the difference is it's not as transparent. The sub affiliates, they do all the marketing, they do the promotion to their individual list, but the quote unquote master affiliate gets all the credit. And then they pay out the individual sub affiliates from their earnings. The thing about these, they have a shady past. Sometimes that's well-deserved. It's, I don't know. It can be sketchy sometimes. You don't have to have, the relationship you don't get the relationship or the access to the sub affiliates like you do to your regular affiliates. Here's my recommendation. If you don't have a full-time affiliate manager, stay away from sub affiliates. There's too many logistics. They can be incredibly profitable. Absolutely can be incredibly profitable. They would just require some hand-holding, require some monitoring to be worth the effort. So my recommendation is stay away from them unless you have a full-time affiliate manager. If you do, awesome. Go work with them. So we talked about some ideas on different types of affiliates you should use. Now let's talk about how to get them to actually say yes when you contact them. All right. First of all, I was sharing this with a client the other day. This is a numbers game. Okay. You have to understand it's typical to get about 5 to 20% of the people you ask to say yes to promoting. Now that seems like only 5, 10, maybe upwards of 20%, 1 out of 5 people. I'm going to hear no from 4 out of 5. Actually, no. You're not even going to hear back from half of them. That's just the reality, right? I've recruited hundreds of thousands of affiliates. I never reach 50%. Okay. It's a numbers game. It is a numbers game. Now think about like for our launch, our last big launch last year or 2 years ago. Actually, it's been a while since we had a huge launch internally. Stay tuned though. Big news coming up on that. Just gonna leave that one hanging there. I had several hundred affiliates. How did I get several hundred affiliates? Because I asked several thousand affiliates to promote. If I want to add more affiliates, all I have to do is just ask more people. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. But there are a few things you can do to have a bigger impact, and get more affiliates to say yes. I was reading the book. Where is it? I was going to show it to you guys, and now I don't know where it is. I had the kids down here earlier, and I think they moved they moved like tons of my stuff. But I had Robert Cialdini's book, The Small Big. He wrote it with Noah Goldstein and Steve Martin, not the comedian, but the influence persuasion psychologist. And let me pull up this quote here. He said, okay, they're quoting a study. He said the authors collected additional data to determine exactly why people have the strong tendency to underestimate the likelihood that a person will respond affirmatively to requests for assistance. Okay. So people have underestimated the likelihood. In brief, they found that the requesters, I'm going to go slow here because this is important, tend to focus on the cost of the potential help. The cost of the potential help that the provider will give them in terms of time, effort, or money if he or she says yes, while giving less consideration than they should to the social costs in terms of difficulty, awkwardness, or potential guilt or embarrassment the potential help provider will experience if she says no. Okay? The implications seem clear. They go on. When trying to decide whether to make a request of someone, it's important to recognize that you might be underestimating the likelihood of hearing yes. This underestimation, if left uncorrected, could therefore potentially stymie your productivity or the accomplishment of your goals. The study showed that people tend to underestimate the likelihood of hearing yes. What does that mean? It means that we underestimate the likelihood that someone will say yes when we ask them to promote us. We think they never say that. Well, a lot of people do. A lot of people do. We have stories. I was talking with one of our students earlier. One of our students also in our Start Mastermind, Alan Thomas, and he just asked a big, like a name you guys have heard of. I'm not going to say who it is. Said, hey, can I come give my webinar to your audience? And he said, and he actually, Alan asked, could I give it to your mastermind members? Basically to like the 2% of your audience that pays you every month. Can I just give it? There's like, I don't know, a couple hundred of those people. Can I just give it to them? And the guy said, yes. And then he surprised him and said, actually, we're going to open this one up to my whole audience. Kind of cool. When I think about this, I think about there's a student at Vanderbilt, and I went to Tennessee, so it's really hard for me to say anything nice about Vanderbilt. I like their colors, maybe. That's about it. But there's a student there. His name is Michael Pollock, and I remember this video. It went viral probably back in like 2012, and that Billy Joel was doing like a concert there, and then they were taking Q&A, and this guy gets up and he's like, basically says, hey, I played with some other cool people, and I just wonder if I could play with you. Like, that's pretty gutsy, right? He's like, could I get up and play New York State of Mind with you? And there's this like 4-second pause, which probably felt, I would imagine to Michael felt like an eternity, And Billy Joel, he's like, I don't know, he's like taking a sip of water and he goes, okay. And then this guy, like the crowd goes nuts and Michael walks up and starts playing with him. That's the power of asking. Now imagine if he had sat in the crowd and said, Well, in all likelihood, Billy Joel's going to say no. He's probably going to say no. So I'm not going to ask. Odds are you are underestimating the likelihood of a potential affiliate saying yes to promoting you. The reality is they are more likely to say yes than you think. I'm not, again, it's only about 10 or 20%. But on an individual basis, they are much more likely than you think, because we just think everybody's going to say no. I have had people agree to promote us that I never expected to say yes. I'm talking people who made us like $50,000 to $100,000 like that. I never thought they would say yes to promoting us, but they did, because I asked. That's it. That's all I did, guys. Like I asked. Now I get it. It's scary. You're scared. You're scared of hearing no. It's like the no thing is like this deep-seated fear inside most of us. We don't like hearing no. Our son's 5. He doesn't like hearing no. He likes to say no, ironically. He doesn't like to hear it. A salesman who's been selling for 40 years. Do you think Zig Ziglar, when he was 70 years old, liked to hear the word no? No one likes to be told no. We don't like to be rejected. We don't like to be rejected. It's easier to never find out than to be rejected. That's what holds us back. It is easier to never find out than to be rejected. You probably heard the Mark Twain quote. Courage is not the lack of fear. It's acting in spite of fear. It's not like when Zig was 60 and had been selling for 40 years, he didn't not have fear. I think I said that right. Like a triple negative or something there. He didn't not have fear. He had fear. He just acted in spite of it. So the only way to get through getting through that fear of hearing no is simply to hear more no's. I mentioned Alan. He just heard yes from a very big affiliate, a very big partner. But the week before that, he heard no from somebody he thought he might get. He thought he had a pretty decent chance. Also a big name. And the guy shot him down. Not in a harsh way. He's like, I love you. I think you're amazing. I just can't promote you. So what did Alan do? He pouted for about 2 seconds. And then he reached out to this other person who said yes. I mean, again, the best way to get through your fear of hearing no is simply to hear more no's. It's as simple and as hard as that. I get it. It's like a dichotomy, right? It's hard to hear no. It sucks to hear no, but it's also the only way you're ever going to get used to hearing no. There's a reason. I'll say this. There's a reason why. It's something I learned years ago. Almost every call center I've ever worked with is based in Utah. And if you ask somebody, what's the first thing you think of when you think of Utah? Would be, now they've changed. They're not called Mormons anymore. Their choice, and I respect that. It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, right? We've heard of Mormon missionaries or LDS missionaries, right? Why are so many call centers in Utah? And I'm talking like I've probably worked with a dozen call centers over the year. One was based in Columbus, Ohio. I'm pretty sure the other 11 were based in Utah. Actually, no, 10 were based in Utah. I had one that was based in Boise. Boise also has a very large LDS population. Okay. Why is that? Because around the age of 20, every member of their church is sent somewhere to be a missionary. And if you've ever been approached by an LDS missionary, what did you say to them when they asked to talk to you? No, I'm good. No, they are so used to rejection that what's being rejected? Selling something over the phone. What is that to them? It's nothing. I don't really care. I get rejected by this person that I tried with. Like I didn't have them 5 minutes ago, and I cold called them and they said no. Who cares? So that's why, if you look at that, like that's why so many call centers and customer service things are based in Utah. That's why they make great salespeople. Because they know the math. It's not about the skill of selling, although that plays a part. Certainly if you put a good salesperson who has better skills in front of 2,000 people, and a bad salesperson in front of 1,000, or I mean, reverse that, a good one in front of 1,000 and a bad one in front of 2,000, the good one will still sell more. But the ones who can hear no will go in front of 5,000 and still be pretty good at it. They'll just make more sales from sheer numbers. So you act, even though you are afraid of hearing no, you get through your fear of hearing no by facing it head on, by asking more people. If you ask more people, you will hear more no's, but you will also hear more yeses. And so it's important to realize that when someone tells you no to promoting you, to promoting your product, most times it's not personal. I don't think you're a terrible person. Wow, you're a jagweed for reaching out to me. I can't believe you would have the nerve. Do you know who I am? Look at me up on my pedestal. No, it just doesn't fit into their promotional calendar. Maybe the product's not a good fit. They have a limited number of spots. They have 6 spots on their calendar. And I know we're kind of at that point, Robbie, where it's like most of our spots, 95% of our spots we're returning favors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or we're promoting somebody who has a strategic value to our company long term. Sometimes it's like we're promoting this, like sometimes we're promoting a client. It's a client that's paying us like in excess, well into 6 figures. I can't replace them for you. It's like, I just can't do it. Right. When people say no, most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, they're very apologetic about their answer. They even thank me for like, oh my gosh, I'm so honored that you would think of me. They're not upset. They're not rude. They're not ticked at me. So don't think they're going to be with you. And so again, if you're looking for more places to find affiliates, check out our free report, mattmcwilliams.com/first100. If you want to make that first reach out easy, because I know it's hard to get the template, right? Just use the template. It's fill in the blank, make a few tweaks to fit your brand. Don't make it longer, though. That's the key. This initial reach out has to be super short. I've talked about that in depth before. Why? Just grab our #1 recruiting email template, as Robbie will drop the link and put it up on the screen there. All right. So then the last thing, and then we'll cover the #1 key at the end. As I told you, the thing that literally accounts for 80% of the affiliates with 20% of the effort. This fear of hearing no, right? There is a way you can overcome this. And I've shared this in different contexts before, but I don't know if I've ever shared this in terms of finding affiliates and working with affiliates, at least publicly. I may have shared it with I know I share it with our clients, but I'm not sure if I ever shared this publicly. We call it the ASK formula, not the ASK method. That's Ryan Levesque. I'm not getting on there, but it's the ASK. I wrote a detailed post on it in the past. I'm not going to go into like a ton of detail, but this is it's a mindset to put yourself in before you reach out to somebody. This could be about anything. We've shared this in terms of, in List Launch Challenge, we talk about this in terms of, asking somebody to join your email list. It could be, literally, you could be asking somebody to be an affiliate, asking somebody on a date, approaching somebody about doing a business partnership or being an investor, It works. So the A, assume a positive response. Okay. Assume a positive response. It all starts up here. All right. Before you even ask somebody, you have to have confidence. Confidence, positive attitude. It's not a guarantee that they're going to say yes. Okay. But as Zig Ziglar said, I think I'm getting this quote. It said, positive thinking won't help you do anything better, or it won't help you do anything, but it will help you do it better than negative thinking. I always say, like, if you think they're going to say no, if you go into it assuming a negative, it's guaranteed to be a negative. Thinking they're going to say yes doesn't mean it's guaranteed to be a yes. It just increases the likelihood. So approach the person, approach the ask, assuming a positive response. Tell yourself why they will say yes, not all the reasons why they're going to say no. That frame of mind will get you, again, being in that positive mindset, it'll even show up in the language that you use in your email when you reach out or your text message, right? The S, so that's the A. The S is show them the benefit. Why should they promote you? The benefit to you is pretty freaking obvious. Like, you're going to make money. What's the benefit to them? Are they going to serve their audience? Is it going to fill a gap in what they teach? Like, so maybe they teach LinkedIn marketing. And you say, so my friend John Nemo, hypothetically, right? This is not an example here that I would use. He teaches LinkedIn marketing. Hey, John, do you think you have a lot of attorneys on your list? Oh, yeah, like 20% of my audience is attorneys. I have a course that's all about how to close, leads into sales as an attorney. I think that would really supplement your LinkedIn course. Yeah, heck yeah, it would. So it fills a gap, right? It provides revenue for their business, right? How about an opportunity to connect with other influencers? If you're doing a big launch, like, hey, here's a list of the other people promoting, you're going to be connecting with them. I look for those things as an affiliate. So make sure you take some time.
Sorry, that's somebody upstairs. Probably a baby pounding on stuff.
I'm like,
Oh,
I think Robbie's off camera. Is he doing a because Robbie's like a construction guy, like, dude, like, hey Robbie, how was your weekend? Oh, I'll put in a new air conditioning unit. I'm like, man, I feel bad because all I did was vacuum the living room floor.
that's
Anyway,
important too.
hey, your family has heating and cooling, and our floor's clean for 6 hours before our dog destroys it again. Yeah, so make sure you take the time, guys. Think about, articulate the benefits to them and to their audiences. Again, how's it going to serve them and how's it going to serve their audiences? That's important. Speaking of that, the third one is the K. Know their audiences, know their audience, and know their needs. If you've ever gotten one of those emails, I got one today. My assistant Kevin's really, really good at filtering through these emails, but I think this one was just good enough that he was like, I think this is a personal email to Matt, but it wasn't. And it wasn't quite this bad, but we got the ones where like, I really enjoy your content at mattmcwilliams.com. As though I don't know my own domain name. Like, really? Do you have to tell me my domain? There's the thing. Don't ever send those. Hi, everyone who sends those emails and mentions my domain name, you are never getting a response. You will never do business with me or anyone else. I can't believe you're still doing it. It's such a tip off. Anyway, that's my rant. Hang on. Do we have a soapbox? Is there like a soapbox? Was that really like the only kind of thing, the kind of box that people stood on back in the day when they wanted to make a point, was a box that originally housed soap? I'm just curious. Was there any other type of box that people stood on? Anyway, Robbie's taking care of the stuff upstairs, I think. Like, it's just, they don't know anything about my audience. They don't know. They're like, I feel like your audience would benefit greatly from learning how to, what I'm like, I don't know, learning how to drink cleaner water or get more potassium in their diet. And I'm like, what?
That definitely helps affiliate management.
How on earth? How does that make them, like, how does that help them grow their list or build an online business? Like, what the crap is wrong with you? But they're just sending, like, if you don't know their audience, it just doesn't work. And so you have to understand them, understand their audience, understand what motivates them, right? Understand like what's gonna, like, why your product or service will help their audience to achieve their goals. You got to know what their goals are. You got to know who their audience is. If their audience is almost 100% women, don't use the male pronoun. The reverse is true. If your audience is 40 to 65-year-old male executives looking to get in better shape, don't say, I'd love to help the members of your audience. I think that, or I'd love to help your audience. I think I'm trying to think of how I would word that, but each member of your audience will benefit from this. She'll get a lot of value. What? My audience is 40 to 65-year-old men. You're done. I'm done with you. Like, you are now going into my Gmail filter as automatically delete your emails. It just doesn't work. So you got to know. So assume a positive response, show them the benefit, and know their audience and know their needs. Quick reminder before I share that number one key, go to mattmcwilliams.com/first100. Download our free report to learn how to find affiliates, guys. Also, grab my number one recruiting email template at mattmcwilliams.com/recruiting swipe. I'm just going to share my number one recruiting email with you. Like, tweak it a little bit, please. Don't make it exactly like ours, because then it's just like, if all of you are using it, then it's not going to work as well. But yeah, and this is the one we go back to over and over again. So the number one key, most people fail at this whole thing. They fail at finding affiliates and getting them to say yes for one reason: lack of follow-up. I'm going to give you the number one email. But if you don't follow up with them and 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 follow up with them, and follow up 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 like 10 times, you're missing out 10 times. It doesn't have to be that complicated. You can pretty much automate the follow-ups. Now, there's a few ways you can automate the follow-ups. Number one, if you have a VA, this is how we do it. I send the initial email because I want to be personal. Again, I want to show them the benefit, and I'm the only one who can do that. I want to know their audience. So I like to tweak it a little bit. But when you follow up, there's only so much you can say. Hey, Joe, just wanted to make sure you saw this. Hey, Tim, just wanted to bump this to the top of your inbox. Hey, Gwen, just following up on this. Want to know what you think. Hit me back. I mean, how many ways can you say that kind of thing, right? There's very little. So my assistant does the follow-up. Now, you can do that on your own too. And it's pretty much a copy-paste thing. But I would recommend using a VA. The second way, you can pretty much automate this whole thing. There's a service that we love. In fact, if you get this service, you will get access to all of our email recruiting swipes. We probably have about 30 or 40 in there, and they're preloaded in this. It's called Connect 365. It's from Josh Turner. Robbie's going to put a link up that'll in the chat or on the screen or both that'll show you guys how you can get in on this. The thing I love about this is it makes the automation or makes the follow-up process a lot more automated. You kind of set it and forget it with a little bit of management versus being more hands-on. So it's kind of the difference. Like with the VA, I'm paying him, per hour, and he's going to follow up doing that. There's actually a reason why within our structure, because we're working with some really massive affiliate programs, why we do it on a more hands-on way. We're working with clients. Okay. When you're running your own affiliate program, Connect 365 is the way to go. Okay. You're running it for you, or for maybe it's your company, the company you work for. Use Connect 365. It's super affordable. I'm not sure what the exact price is, but like last time I checked, it was like dirt cheap, and it's flipping amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And so you're able to follow up repeatedly and repeatedly. I like to follow up on an 8-day cycle in the beginning, and then I progressively get like farther apart or further apart. Further is a measure of time, farther is a measure of distance. All right. So that was a little flashback to 6th grade there. And so, 8 days, because now you're hitting on a different day of the week. So if I hit them on a Monday, I'll go like Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday, and then Friday. Then what I'll do is I'll pause for an entire month. And then I'll go about every 10, I think we go like, it's 10 days. It may even be more. I think it might be 12 days. I think we go every 12 days for the next round. And then actually we've even added, I just added this recently, we'll pause for like a couple months and then come in one last time with like a 3 email sequence. Now the key is don't follow up to the follow-up to the follow-up to the follow-up. Keep responding to the original message. That's the key if you're going to do this manually. Because if you follow up to the follow-up to the follow-up, now they have to read them. By the 10th time, they're reading through this whole thing before they even get to the original message. And now you look like a freaking stalker. And so don't do that. Other thing is on the 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th email. So basically every 3rd email. So 5 times in those 10, we will tweak it up. We'll do on the 3rd one, we'll usually do an entirely new subject line, but we position it as a reply. So we literally just start a new email and put an RE : in front, and then the subject line. That way it doesn't thread. Then I think on the 5th one, I think so. On the 3rd one, we do that. On the 5th one, I think we go back to the original subject line, but now position it as a reply. No, we do a new one. We do new subject lines each time. We tweak up the email just a little bit. Like we change the word amazing to awesome. We change, we say this summer to later this year, or vice versa, later this month, as we get closer. Little things like that tweak it. So what you can do is literally manage this on a spreadsheet. You can manage it in a task manager like Asana. You could literally grab a yellow legal pad, or, right in here. You could just put it in here in your handy dandy notebook. All right. Anybody who got the reference to Handy Dandy Notebook, not you, Robbie. Anybody who got the reference to the phrase Handy Dandy Notebook, put it in the chat, and we're going to do something. I don't know. We'll send you something. I have no idea what it'll be. But you could literally, you got your 50 people in here, and you have their names, and you just put the date when you followed up. And so you're going to spend an hour following up today, and you just go to your notebook. It doesn't have to be super fancy. I mean, when I did this back in 2005, 2006, that's how I did it. I literally still have, I have one of them. A bunch of the others got lost many years ago when I moved, and they got stuck in storage. And I wish I had them because they're kind of fun. But I had an entire like notebook that was nothing but follow-ups with affiliates. When I was at the company I was talking about earlier, very first affiliate program, we grew to $1 million a month affiliate program. I literally hand wrote them and just go in and mark the dates and do it that way. And I think eventually when I got super fancy, I categorized it. Like I think I had a like, this is literally just blank pages, but I think I got like a planner. I think I had some sort of like a lined thing. And so it was like, the first section was, and they had a bunch of, I think this one does, had a bunch of whatever these are called. I don't know if there's a term for these. This one has 2. My other planner has 3. I think I had like 4 of them on this, and I would bookmark and, and have different, like sections for, one of them would be like affiliates who are, this category and this category, stuff like that. But you can even do it like that. So, when you ask more in different types of affiliates to promote your products, using the ask formula and you follow up, I'm going to tell you guys the results are going to be astounding. So check out Connect 365, just mattmcwilliams.com/Connect365 for the follow-up stuff. Of course, none of the things I mentioned are like 100. Again, this is not 100% thing, right? You're going to hear no's. You just got to be cool with that. You're going to hear maybes, and then you're going to have people that never respond to you. That's part of it. But you can hear more from, or hear yes from more affiliates. Like I can guarantee that if you apply these strategies, you will get 2, 3, or even 10 times more affiliates to say yes. Now, go make it happen. And check out mattmcwilliams.com/first100 to learn where to find affiliates. I've actually got some email templates in there as well. And check out mattmcwilliams.com/recruiting swipe to get my #1 affiliate recruiting email template. So guys, that's it. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for learning with us. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear how you're applying what you got. I want to hear how you're applying the download. Go grab the reports. I want to hear how you're using that email. I want to hear how your confidence is increased. I want to hear how you're using the A, the S, and the K, how you're using follow-up, how you're using Connect 365. So just make sure to hit us up. Make sure to let us know how things are going. Feel free to text me. You can text me at 260-217-4619. I'd love to hear from you that way as well. And with that, we will see you next time. I forgot to say at the beginning, it's been like 6 weeks since we've gone live because we had Christmas and New Year's, and then we had like this series of unfortunate events. Some of them were actually fortunate.
Yeah, some were very fortunate.
Oh my gosh, dude, the meeting we had as a team was it last week or the week before?
Yeah, just last week.
Amazing. Big breakthroughs for us as a team. So good reasons why we haven't been live, but it's good to be back with you guys. And we'll be back next week. See you then. Bye.